It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go!
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
That bumping and grinding, it's just a whole different atmosphere in the shootout. It feels like the Daytona 500 fast forwarded the last 100 laps. It's a big fire in the belly, you could say that. It's a race that's very difficult to win, and you hope that you have as many opportunities to win the races as I've had. I finished second a few times and been competitive, and that's what you have to work on. It's just giving yourself a shot to win. You can't expect to win, and that's what I believe Dale Sr. did for so many years, and Darrell Waltrip. They just gave themselves opportunities to win over the years. Finally, it did come. Anxious to see where we stack up, what's going to happen with our cars, and then as far as how our competitive feel is out on the track, whether we're drafting good or whether our car is feeling better for qualifying. We don't know until we get out there.
To get back in the car again and get back going, you know, I raced a couple weeks ago just to try to get my feet wet again, and you know, fortunately I won in my own super late model, and so I'm the only guy here 1 for 1 already, so I'm ready to get going and make it 2 for 2. You know, I'm excited about it. So I think we'll be good. Our restrictor plate program last year for Joe Gibbs Racing was really strong, and especially at Daytona. It definitely would, you know, and you want to win any weekend, but you know, the Budweiser shootout the first weekend of the year, it'd be nice to crack the new year right and pop a bottle of champagne. There's a formula for success. Yeah, you've got to know how to draft, you've got to know how to race, you've got to know how to run well, who to draft with, when to draft, and what moves to make and stuff. So it's just like a chess match, you know. It's there's a lot going on. You got to be calculated and yet sometimes take some risks.
I don't look at the bigger picture. I look at it just as a race. You can't really, it's the 500. You know, I never done it. I've done, you know, Indy 500. I've run Monaco many times, and you just go down, get in the car, and, you know, get it over with. I'm really excited about qualifying. I think the team has put a lot of emphasis on our cars. I think we got a pretty strong car for here. You know, it'd be really exciting if we can get into the front row, and I think we're in a good position to contest for it.
Something about this place. Every time you land here, you're in the atmosphere, you see the racetrack. It's just got that feel to it. It's got, you know, it's the history, the tradition behind this place. It's hard to explain your emotions when you pull into the tunnel of this place. This is just, it's always been a special track for me. It's been the track that you've worked your whole life to get to, and you know, you want to win here. This is where it all starts. Once you get in this room, you're talking to the media, all of a sudden you catch yourself ready. You know, you catch yourself talking about racing. You know, we've been in the off season, haven't been talking about a lot of racing. You know, you're with family, with friends, and you know, you're not with crew chiefs and crew members and always talking about racing like we do at the racetrack all the time. So, you know, once we get back in the swing of things, talking about racing, who's fast, who's not going to be, who's new, who's not, you know, this is when you get the blood flowing and get ready to go.
Just the history of it, you know. To me, you think about races in the past that you've watched on TV, and you know, you've always been rooting your favorite driver on, and now to be part of it, it's just it's an amazing experience. Kind of hard to believe it's an all-star race now because you have so many cars in it, but it's just going to make it that much tougher to win. You know, it's to me, it's every year it's gotten a little bit harder, and the competition in NASCAR has gotten harder every single year. And now the shootout's just another proof of that. We look forward to hopefully the new horsepower that we have, you know, the bodies that, you know, we've come up with, you know, those things, everything that the teams are work for in the race shops to make these cars fast and slick and qualify good. We're about to find out within a half a lap. We'll know whether we've got a car that can compete for a pole or not. And if not, then we need to work on a car that needs to go out there and race well come the 125. So, you know, we're really looking forward to getting that car, and because we've heard it from our crew chiefs that, hey, we've got the best piece out there. So, you know, now it's time to prove it.
I think you start thinking about the Daytona 500, you know, you think about the first 6 or 8 races of the season, and then I think it kind of goes away, and then you think about it toward the end of the season, and then all winter, you know. So there's a middle part of the season where it's so intense that you don't think about it, but this is a big race for us and for our sport, and you know, everybody wants to win it. Everybody's been real anxious to get going, and you know, we can't wait. It's going to be a good year for the 16 3M car. We're ready to get going. Certainly, the guys that are in the shootout have a definite advantage for the 500. They'll get a real, drafting and real live experience of what their car is going to be like, and a little prestige gone from that event. That you have to get a pole to get in it. It's very prestigious to be able to run that event because it's so important for the 500. But it's that's the way it's going to be.
I think we've got an incredible race car for the Daytona 500 and the shootout this weekend, and a great opportunity to win this race. And I just think that we really put a lot of energy into focusing on the details of what we can do to make us better for this year, better here at Daytona, better for the whole season. And I can't wait to get out there and get it all started. Seeing the mergers happen, so it's a very interesting time in our sport. Interesting time in our country. So I think we're all affected by it, and NASCAR is certainly no exception. And I just hope we can put some quality racing out there, and I think we are. We're going to put great racing out there, and that the fans can get some cuts on the ticket prices and get the opportunity to come out and enjoy a great American pastime that I know they love so much.
It's a race that you can have. You just don't know what's going to happen until the end of the race, and it's always up in the air. And I think that for those two reasons and the history that obviously goes along with it, it would be an amazing race to win. The thing I'm most looking forward to about the shootout is it's not a points race. It's just let's go out here and race hard, warm up for the season, and just see what happens. And I think the fans know that's the kind of race this is, and that's what makes it so exciting.